Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and Reiki master. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else to find. Good morning. Hi, Darla. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. So excited to be joining you again today for Saturday Morning Live. I said what I said. So I've been sitting here meditating on what crystals we're going to use today to start our session off. And I was getting like a bunch of different stones for different purposes. So I feel like, hey, Ari, welcome in. I feel like a lot of you are working a lot with crystals these days. Yeah, it just feels like you're working a lot with crystals, or Spirit's asking you to start engaging with crystals a little bit more. Turtle Island, hello. Raina, hello. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of you have been called to deeper metaphysical studies. I know we usually are starting off with some Reiki here. Janine, hello. I'm just getting a few downloads before we get into that, so I can start with a few more of us present. I know for sure we're going to be using clear quartz today. Pink calcite. And the rose quartz. Maybe the amethyst, but we'll see. Hello, hello. All right. I've got my little dish of what are we using today? All right, and you can see I've picked these out for our energy healing session today. Hello, hello. Hi, Lisa. Janine, hi. Welcome in, everyone, to Saturday Morning Live. I said what I said. You're holding a rose quartz right now? Right on. Yeah, really, really powerful energy work you all are doing with crystals these days. I'm picking up on. Yeah, I feel like it's just, yes. If some of you have been called to work with crystals more, do that. For sure, do that. Oh, thank you, Raina. There we go. If you're open to receiving this energy activation today, we're tapping in with 999. Okay. We're going to start with this quartz crystal here. Hello, Akshita. Welcome. Tapping into this energy healing with a 999. If you are open to receive and you're just dropping in, I always start my psychic readings with an energy activation my live psychic readings. Activating the quartz crystal right now. Hey Robert, welcome in. Just a reminder here that the bigger the crystal, not necessarily the more powerful it is for you. It just depends on what resonates with you. Whatever resonates with you is going to be the most powerful selection. Now tapping into the rose quartz energy. And the pink calcite. Welcome in. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, tap in with a 999. See you later. Ooh, all the energy. So that clink against my coffee cup was repelling the energy of someone in my geographical space. Welcome in, welcome in. And any energies that would try to interfere with your ability to receive today's message. Ooh. All right. That is the conclusion of today's energy healing session. I always like to start us off there with a little bit of a go juice. So, well, thank you to those of you who came out last night for my impromptu live. There was an overarching message there about needing to take timeouts when you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Akram, hello. It's important to allow yourself that time to reset, and that doesn't mean just pausing and trying to breathe through it. I mean literally getting up and walking away from a situation so you can recenter yourself. If you are sitting somewhere and you're overthinking all these things that you need to get done, get up and go for a walk. If you're on a walk trying to avoid everything you need to do by focusing on other things, then take that time to get your notes app out on your phone and write down everything you're trying to keep track of mentally. The goal is to create a polarization that will allow you to step out of an overwhelming energy. So this is a very common thing with light workers, the feeling of overwhelm because your mind is running 1,000,000 miles a minute and you're able to see so many different outcomes that you're not able to focus on getting everything done in the way that you might want to. So, of course, it's natural that the things that you can't finish would be weighing on you. God bless you too. Of course, it's natural that these things would be weighing on you, but you don't need to let them override your ability to find peace. You don't need to let them override your ability to still find a way to take action. Oh, thank you for your blessings. God bless you. I'd rather not call you LOL, so if there's a name that I could share. Bless you. So, Omar, God bless you. Thank you for blessing me. And welcome to the Soul Tribe. Is it your first time here? Or have you caught one of my live streams or one of my other uploads? Going to be getting into it with the Spirit Song Tarot today by Paulina Faye. Ah, welcome in. All right. Just getting my space situated a bit here. Okay. What do you need to know? Yeah, Spirit's just emphasizing your spiritual hygiene right now. And this is something that I discuss in depth in my Kundalini Reiki System Master Teacher course. It's actually the first module because it is so essential to understanding that there is no point in learning any kind of energy practice if you're not going to learn first how to maintain yourself throughout the process. So if you're interested in becoming a Reiki master, if you've been dabbling in the healing arts and want to dive deeper, it's an 8-week intensive with me. I host Tuesday and Thursday classes for that. A total of 16 hours with attunements every week. Attunements every week plus Reiki sessions every week. Those are the Tuesday evening sessions. Thursdays we review module material. The link for more information to that is in the description box. So getting into spiritual hygiene, especially, wow, Spirit, especially coming out of eclipse season and Mercury retrograde. Thanks, Lisa, for dropping the link so diligently in the chat. Wow. What? Okay. Some of you could be dreaming about horses or seeing horse synchronicities. Welcome in. Yeah. Or wolves. I'm also hearing the term fated mates, something like this. I just saw someone's eyes go wide, like, how does she know? Yeah. Spirit wants you to have the validation that you're here at the right place, at the right time. You had a dream about riding lessons last night. Wow. You drew a horse last week. Y'all, I'm telling you. You could be seeing 888 or 222. Though you guys say it 222. Someone here says 222, specifically like that. Yeah, wow. The King of Acorns. This is the King of Wands. It says optimism and innovation, love with choice and trust. You call your dogs the horses. Awesome. And then 9 of Feathers, perspective and self-empowerment. Everyone's dreaming of horses. I had a dream of horses a couple nights ago. That's how I know. Okay. So I feel like, wow, so Spirit's showing me that you have done so much work to make your energy so free, to build up such an energetic reserve to have the agency to move forward and build on the momentum that you've been so carefully and intentionally creating, that it's all like all this restless energy is not being fully executed through your physical form or through physical activity, that it's just moving right up into your head and making your mind circle and circle and circle. So again, the antidote to being too caught up in your head is to get into your body, get active, get moving. That's going to help you ground a lot. I see some of you also, that's a really powerful form and not spoken enough about form of spiritual hygiene. Making sure that you're moving enough and not sitting contemplating things for too long, because it's when you're sitting there racking your mind for answers, it's actually when you're not focused on these things that the realizations are going to come about. So make sure that you're taking a bit more of a balanced approach in your mental and your physical lives, okay? So that's one thing here for you all. Another is really focusing on your grounding. Grounding. What does that mean, Julia? Well, for some people, it's going outside and laying on the grass so they can just feel the earth holding them completely. Some people will envision themselves in a forest. If you need an example, you can use this space. You can imagine yourself walking along this path with your feet releasing energy every time you take a step. And it's like every time you release that energy, Gaia meets you to support you and help you feel grounded and centered. Some of you might be into hugging trees or caring for plants. I'm seeing some of you are plant parents, caring for your plants. There was one more thing, Spirit. Yeah, visualizations, more visualizations aimed specifically at grounding. Imagining a tree, roots coming out from your root chakra, and then the trunk moving up your spine and up and out until you become this blossoming, blooming tree of your choice. And feeling that connection to the earth. So that's not exactly what these cards say, but I need a little bit more information here. Spirit just wanted to remind you all about the importance of spiritual hygiene. For some of you, that's also chakra balancing meditations, chakra cleansing, resetting, balancing, cord cutting, having your spiritual protection up. One more thing. Where'd it go? Bring it back. Wow, okay. For some of you, it's actually reaching out to trusted loved ones or trusted advisors that can help you get resituated. Some of you might be feeling called to book a reading. Obviously, I'm going to say you should book that with me, but if there's someone that you know, you're like, I need to talk to that person right now, do that. Okay? Spirit, why am I seeing this person? What an interesting spread. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm not even a little surprised. Thanks for dropping that there, Lisa. Okay, I just have to let you know that if you are booking readings with people and you're feeling unsatisfied or even more confused than when you walked in there, they're not really tapping into your energy, okay? Because the reader that is able to help you find clarity is the reader that's actually tapping into your energy properly without feeling everyone else's energy that they do readings for, okay? A proper psychic reading will never leave you feeling confused or like you didn't hear what you needed to hear. Okay. So I showed you the King of Acorns, Love, which is the lovers in this deck. Dan, hey. That's a really good question. Is that intentionally lazy on the psychic's part or what? It's more just indicative of them not knowing how to clear properly, which isn't necessarily lazy, but does indicate that they should be upping their own personal practice. Okay? That's all I'm saying. If you've ever gotten a confusing psychic reading, don't, Lord Vito, hey, what's up? If you've ever gotten a confusing psychic reading, please don't give up on psychics, okay? Because it could also just be that spirit didn't really want you connecting with that person, that they weren't the right person to tell you what you needed to know. The right reader, the right psychic, will be able to validate things that they shouldn't have a reason to know, like oddly specific details, okay? And to be honest, it's not about experience, it's about practice. So even if someone's been doing this for 10, 20 years, but they're still giving cloudy readings, like it doesn't matter that they've been doing it for 20 years, because 20 years should taught them that they should be clearing better and grounding more. But so if you find that there are like people, this is also an interesting message. Like if someone around you, okay, so two things here. If you are feeling like you're being called to start doing collective readings, or you're being called to start doing personal readings, but you're like, I'm so new at this, it's not gonna like happen, then please don't feed that doubt, because even people who are new at this are very powerful, because they're very open, okay? Lisa, not me like subtly calling you out to like book with me, but no, I'm kidding. Does a psychic know when they're off target? Well, see, this is why some psychics will say that you should not come in saying a word. Just let them do the reading. Sometimes it's through the validation, but sometimes spirit will the validation of the person they're reading, but also spirit will sometimes be like, actually, that wasn't quite it. So you just have to feel it out. Feel it out. And sometimes spirit does have you go through learning lessons with getting readings from people that aren't exactly pinpointing exactly what you need to hear, or they're giving you conflicting information. So it's all part of the learning experience, okay? So I wanted to throw that out there. Don't give up on psychics if you've had a poor experience, because not every psychic is alike. All right. So, I mean, I've had my fair share of manipulative psychic readings, okay? People, and not that it's like the polar extremes. Spirit's just having me talk about this. I'm speaking with purpose. Someone needs to hear this, okay? So on the one hand, if you're afraid of getting things wrong, that also means, like, if you're a new reader, or you're someone wanting to do this and you're afraid of getting things wrong, that actually puts you in an even better position to be open to being very clear and accurate about what it is. But if a reader has their ego overly invested, then it becomes an ego game and not necessarily about the healing. Okay? So just make sure you take your time, you do your research. You do, if you're trying to figure out who to get a reading from, make sure you really feel them out, because you want to make sure that you're getting a reading from someone that's aligned with you and has values that you appreciate. And if you are looking to become a reader and you've been working on your meditation practices, you've been working on getting messages, there's nothing wrong with asking the people around you if you can practice giving readings for them. That's actually a really good way to start to build your own system for the way that you give readings. Okay? So if you're interested in more information as to how to become a psychic, book a reading with me and I will give you your spirit guide's plan for you. So King of Acorns, Lovers, Nine of Swords. Then we have the Eight of Feathers, which is the Eight of Swords. Then the Moon. You could be seeing owls as well. Temperance in the center of the spread, which is not even surprising. That's crazy. Then the Hermit. And the Knight of Crystals. It's the Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Three of Swords. And the Tower. I think I mentioned the Tower last night in the live that I did. What a spread, Spirit. What a spread. How do you even want me to read this? I've never done a spread like this. Just a PSA that no two readers are the same, especially when it comes to tarot. I'm not the kind of person that does like traditional layouts because Spirit guides me through the information as I lay them out. So it really just depends. So a lot of you, I'm feeling, are having Kundalini activations. So you could be having inexplicable root pain or lower back pain. Well, there you go. Extreme purging of emotions, kind of feeling like you're spiraling out. That's actually a symptom of a Kundalini awakening. It's just being excessively emotional and all over the place. Even more important for you all to be grounding, okay? Even more important. You know, it's so interesting. It's like some of you have been racking your minds, again, that phrase, racking your minds, like just deliberating over and over and over and over contemplating what it is that you need to do in order to get to XYZ place or do XYZ thing. And it's so funny because it's like you have the answers right in front of you, but you don't want them to be the answers. Okay? See you, Lisa. It's like some of you have the answers right in front of you, but it's like accepting these solutions or accepting these truths means that change is inevitable. I was told to look at the bottom of the deck. That's the Ace of Pentacles. So I know a lot of you in this energy, when you're starting to go through really deep healing, really, really deep healing, you can have this kind of fear where you don't know who you'll become if you accept certain truths. Or that if you do start to take action to change your life, that there's a massive possibility that you will mess things up. And Spirit's saying no. That's not going to happen. Because every time you start to follow your intuition and you start to trust the insight that you've been getting psychically or intuitively in your meditations, in the signs and synchronicities that your spirit team brings you, it's validation that you really are on the right path here. And I feel like some of you are still doubting the signs and synchronicities that you've been getting. Yeah, 1221. Spirit's asking you to be open to the possibility of things working out for you. Be open to the possibility of things turning out even better than you expected. Okay? Because right now, your subconscious fears are running rampant. And that's diluting your ability to feel like you're capable of taking consistent action towards where it is you're trying to go. or whatever, to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Okay? So again, some of you could be seeing synchronicities of snakes. Whether you're seeing a snake, literally, or snake skin, or you're seeing jewelry that is snakes. Earrings specifically, I'm seeing. Okay, can I ask, why am I seeing this person? Okay. Spirit's saying that some of you are watching. No, I can't even say it. I don't understand why I'm seeing this person, but that's okay. We're just gonna let that go and move on. So it's really unique too, that wherever you are in your journey right now is a very interesting closure. I'm hearing conjunction. It's a very interesting completion, because it feels like after you finish closing out all of these cycles on, can I please have a wall up to this person's energy because it's interfering with my ability to hear your messages, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay, this is so distracting, but I'm gonna say that some of you are watching Maggie Got the Tea, Maggie's Tea Tarot. Some of you are watching her videos. I feel like that's a confirmation for someone. Maybe you're hearing something here that you already heard in one of her readings. I don't watch her videos, but, or at least not in the last several months. I feel like something, maybe there's a confirmation or validation for some of you over there. Yeah. Anyways, coming back to this crucial juncture, I don't know. It's like this point where you're going to reach that you're going to, yeah, because it's like pressing. Narasimha, please help me. This is quite distracting. It's very frustrating. Thank you. So you've been following a certain line of being up to this point, okay? A certain line of being up to this point. And it's like Spirit's having you stay on this particular path right now without letting you pivot to a new direction, because there's so much closure that's happening here that if you start to ascend before these things are completed, it's going to be very difficult for you to fully stay in that new paradigm, okay? So there's a lot of cords being cut, a lot of karmic contracts coming to completion. It feels like very, 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 very strongly that the reason you can't see what that new path holds, what that new timeline holds, is because you're not able to bring anything of your current awareness or your current patterns with you into that new timeline. So all of these realizations you're having, all these Kundalini activations, it's like your Kundalini is bringing you up to this new paradigm. And that's Kundalini rises, Kundalini activations are such powerful, profound, freaking transformations that, yeah, of course, it's like, of course, this would be the 10 of Swords here. Yeah, Ari, that's so on par for this energy, realizing that you still have some subconscious triggers and then being moved to release those emotions. Well, I mean, that's why learning on the spiritual path is cyclical. It's like a spiral, and it's not just a circle of completion, because you're learning how to see things from new dimensions of understanding. Because when you learn a little bit of this about this particular health issue, and then you piece it together with the realization of what you've been uncovering about your ancestral trauma, and then you put that together with certain coping mechanisms that you've learned to adopt, when you start to have realizations in all these different areas, they're rewiring your subconscious ability to map your life together and to help you perceive even more deeply what the root of something is. So it's very common to feel like on the healing journey that you have to fight things over and over and over again, that you just feel like, oh, okay, well, I sat with this for freaking years. Why is it not just done yet? Or you have a brief relief from certain things that you've been contemplating. So yeah, please do not let distractions throw you off your path. Do not let distractions throw you off your path, okay? And understand that when you are starting to get triggered, if you haven't seen my live stream from last night, you really need to check that out, okay? It's called Gaia is Triggered. Here's what you need to know. Because this was talking a lot about why these triggers are happening. So here we're seeing the transformation and release that comes with recovery. Are you kidding me? We have recovery and transformation, release and recovery, and release and revelation. Double the recovery, double the release, bringing transformation and revelation. That's the 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the Tower here. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? Double the release, double the recovery. Okay? So anything that you've been forced to meet with again, forced to face again, it's because you're needing double the release, double the recovery. So just be patient, because this is a really good thing actually, because it means that you're getting to the bottom of it. You're getting to the bottom of it. Yeah, no, literally release, or recovery and transformation, release and recovery, and then release and revelation. Wow. But I love that this tower is also the chameleon. Some of you might resonate with the term shapeshifter, even as a past life activation, for sure. Be patient moving through these completions, because Spirit will body check you if you try to move too fast through these things, okay? Spirit will body check you. Not because Spirit doesn't like you, or Spirit's trying to punish you, or Spirit's mad at you. It's just because there's a lot in your future that is dependent on alignment and the right timing with the right players, okay? So, especially for those of you who are going to be stepping into communities, like, you have to be ready to receive these people as much as they have to be ready to be open to inviting you in, okay? That's a message here for someone. I want to get some oracle cards for you. Feeling like I need to sage a little bit more first. Keep on alchemizing. That's better. Take some of that. Everything has to be properly set up. It's like someone, I'm hearing to equate it to someone planning a quinceañera. That's a synchronicity for someone here. Divine timing, Dan. G Starlight, hey, what's up? Hi, Herb. Okay. What deck are we using for oracle messages here, Spirit? I just want to pull like 2 more cards for you. And then, okay, I guess we got to talk about it too. Some of you have been going through, some of you actually, I don't like to give life to these things, but some of you really have been going through spiritual attacks. So get your prayers up, get your protection up, get your protective crystals activated and going, and light your black candles, pray over them, and just watch Spirit take care of the rest, okay? Yeah, I've been going through a little bit of that too. And I always set the intention that my guardian angels alchemize as much of that energy as possible so it can be poured into the grid as love and light and sent where it's needed. Because but also if they're needing a little reality check, I'm not going to be the one to decide that. If Spirit decides that someone needs to be body checked for thinking that they could fuck with me, I'll leave that up to Spirit, okay? So, getting the last few messages today from from my messages from your future self oracle. I'm gonna have 20 of these available to you, fam. I know, G Starlight. It's just been a minute since I've actually seen you on a live stream, so hi, welcome in. Or at least I feel like it's been a minute. Okay, so Spirit is saying, oh, I love these messages, okay? Oh, by the way, my oracle deck, it comes in a cute little velvet bag to protect it, keep the energy clear. And I'm going to be putting crystals in all of them for each of you, and I'll write you a little prayer to go with it. Remember your magic. Number 26. Number 43. You're taking too much with you. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. Number 44. Open your mind and believe that miracles are happening behind the scenes for you. I have to tell you, I had so much fun putting this deck together and channeling these messages. Open your mind and believe that miracles are happening for you behind the scenes. The Spirit's cooking all this up because 29, you are meant for more. You are meant for more. So don't stop here with medium complacency. Don't stop here, okay? That's the message. All right, we're going to get into the prayer candle. Every Saturday morning live, I pray over a candle for the collective that I charge with wild Reiki. So I always invite you to join me in grabbing a candle, lighting your own candle with me, praying over it with your own intentions. And if you're open to it, I always set the intention that I connect all the candles that are set or to be light, or set to be lit with this intention. Charge them all with Reiki. And I'm going to channel some prayers, and then I will invite all of you to add your own, whether they're for the collective or they're your own prayers for your personal healing or abundance, whatever it is that you desire. So, just getting my space clear. It's a 59 card deck, if someone was wondering here. Okay. Here we go. Oh, and to those of you who donate supplies to my channel, I appreciate you. Shout out to Christina, who's been supplying me with my candles for like the last few months. I appreciate you. If you'd like to contribute to my channel in any way, you are always welcome to. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. Oh, that might be the most even placement of a candle that I have put in here for a hot minute. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and channel Reiki into this candle now. And I always set the intention as well that anyone who catches these live streams and wants to add their own prayers, that they go into the next candle that I light in real time. So if someone is watching the recording of this, if you're watching the recording of this, your prayers are being answered, just not with the candle, unless it's still burning when you watch it, your prayers are going to be automatically placed into the next candle that I light. Source of everything, O Creator, thank you for blessing us with the awareness of your existence and our connection to you. Please accept this offering for the highest good of all. I pray that the Reiki healing in this candle goes to everyone who's needing their spirits uplifted at this time, that it helps to diffuse anger wherever beings are open to that anger being dismantled and diffused. Please send this love and care to everyone who's healing from abuse of all forms. Please send this love and your presence, Divine One, to everyone who's been displaced from their homes, who's lost a loved one to a crime, everyone who's lost a loved one to war or displacement from their homes, who's lost a loved one to trafficking of any sort. And I pray for the healing of those souls, for the beings that are still here or that are needing help to transition. Let this energy help them do so. I ask for the star beings that are present to also place their activations and intentions into these candles, and that you all disperse this energy as needed. I offer this to Cryon for the healing of Gaia's ley lines, her grid, and to Gaia herself, that she takes this energy and moves it where it's most needed, where hearts are most receptive to change. I pray for this energy to assist those in recovering from addictions, from eating disorders, self-harm. I ask, Spirit, that you send any unassigned angels where people are needing protection or they're needing support in any fashion, that if they're open, that the unassigned angels might be sent there and help effect some change. Let this be an offering also to our ancestors and our spirit guides to assist in ancestral healing, past life healing. That this energy help everyone who's open to recovering from grief and moving through grief. Anyone that's shedding old skin, help them feel safe and supported in that process and open to the future. Let everyone be reminded to let love in. I'm praying for the healing of abused animals, that their spirits are safe and protected, and that they're moved accordingly. And that everyone who's needing a reminder of the goodness of life and the goodness of people, that those prayers are answered. And anyone here who has offered a prayer, I will add it. Robert's praying for those being persecuted and seeking the light. Does anyone else have a prayer they'd like to add to this candle? You don't have to comment them here, but if you say them out loud, they're being heard. I always pray as well for the realization of those who inflict harm on others to become aware of the effects of their actions. Aries praying for everyone to find peace and abundance in their lives. Jai Shri Radhe. Okay, someone else is typing up a prayer. I can feel it. Thank you, Herb. Yeah, my birthday's on Monday. That's crazy. I'm so excited. It's going to be a good birthday. All right. No one else wants to add a prayer? No one else has something personal they'd like to ask for or would like to speak over the collective? Of course, this will not be able to actually influence free will, but only encourage those who are open. Dan prays that we who are in need of assistance and peace in mind, heart, and soul may find it and receive it for our highest good and of others. G Starlight prays for more love. Aberdeen is praying for spiritual peace in their physical form, harmony of body, mind, and spirit. Divine Feminine Dancing is praying for throat chakras to be activated. Deirdre's praying for those who we feel have harmed us because there are teachers, that they find the love and peace within that they seek externally. Praying that we can uncover economic peace and harmony, that lessons can be learned in a gentle way. Beautiful. And that everyone can enjoy the ride of being on planet Earth. Okay, family. Thank you so much for adding your prayers. It makes all the difference in the world. And I pray that everyone who sent some love their way, the way of these candles, even if you just want to send some hearts, that all these hearts, all your love gets mirrored tenfold in your life. I suppose I'll claim that too. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out to today's live stream. If you liked today's video, please let me know how you felt about it in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my channel so you can get notified as to when I go live, and I do videos almost every day. So I pray you find what you're looking for. Praying for forgiveness. That all be forgiven. Beautiful. Sending your love. Beautiful. Thank you. You're so welcome, Ari. All right, everyone. I'll see you soon. For everyone to know and feel love through that. All right. Y'all take care, and I will see you very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day, night, evening, weekend, weekday, wherever you are, whenever you are. All the love in the world. Bye, everyone. See you soon.